There are lands that seem peaceful, but in fact hide secrets that no one dares to touch. And there are children who are not born, but sent. A small hut in the middle of a field, blue smoke rising from the old stove. They are Tatay Andres and Nanay Ising, an old couple who have lived most of their lives in silence and hope. No children, no relatives, just each other and a private space on the land of their ancestors. The couple sat side by side, their eyes looking far away at the vast field. Their lives passed like smoke, quiet, familiar until one fateful morning. The sound of a dog barking echoes in the deserted fields. The camera quickly pans to the batik dog scratching the ground, growling. In the midst of the cracked earth and withered grass, they found a small creature, huddled in the morning dew. Slow motion scene, newborn baby lying in the mud. Innocent eyes open, not crying. Not moving. No one knows where it came from. Not one but two. From that moment on, they were not just husband and wife. They became the parents of twins. A gift from heaven or from somewhere deeper. But there was one thing they didn't know. There were children born to be loved. And there were children born to take everything away. The image of the child's eyes staring into the lens. Emotionless. Cold. KAMBAL, ni gift darkness in. A story based on an event that was passed down in a remote rural area of Southeast Asia. In the middle of the nameless plains, where the sun sets early and the wind blows from unfamiliar mountains, there is a house, a life, and a longing that has never been reached. In the wooden house, Tatay Andres is sharpening the handle of a hoe. Nanay Ising is cooking rice, staring, her eyes lifeless. Tatay Andres and Nanay Ising, people who seem to have enough but are actually empty. They have fields, chickens, a loyal dog batik, but they do not have a single call of Tatay or Nanay in that house. The couple sat in front of a small wooden altar. An oil lamp flickered. An old photo of their ancestors was placed on the altar. Nanay Ising, whispering while praying, "Kung may awa ka, Diyos ko, bigyan mo man lang kami ng isang anghelho kahit only once." Cut to medical records, fortune tellers, dangling bundles of Chinese herbs. They tried everything. They went to doctors. No results. Went to witch doctors. Also useless. There are things that cannot be bought with money, nor exchanged for tears. Camera pans up from the ground, Batik the dog lies guarding the door. A black birthmark on his left eye, standing out against his white fur. Batik does not speak. But Batik sees. More than a dog, it is the third spirit in the house, a witness to every lonely night, every unfinished dream, and everything no one dares to name. Larea, like footsteps on the thatched roof, very soft. Larea, an indistinct whisper, like the wind whistling through the cracks in the wall. Tatay Andres opens his eyes, whispers, "Ising, naririnig mo ba yon?" Nanay Ising, dizzy. "Wala yan, baka pusa lang eh." Camera pans from the house to the fields, a figure stands still, motionless in the misty fields. The next morning, the two sit together, drinking black coffee, their eyes sunken. Tatay Andres, looking into the distance. "We've lived a long life and still feel like something is missing, Ising." Nanay Ising, holding her husband's hand. "I know. But if this is our destiny, I accept it. What about you?" They don't know. In a few days, destiny will knock on the door. Not with the aerai, but with the bark of a dog. Batik stands in front of the fields, the wind blowing hard. Ears pricked, eyes fixed on an empty space. The first bark sounds long, trembling. Not everything that is given is a blessing. It's midday. Tatay Andres and Nanay Ising are harvesting. The air is hot. Suddenly the wind changes direction, blowing in the opposite direction. The rice leaves fall down, hitting each other like a whisper. Lerea, the batik dog barks repeatedly, full of panic in long bursts. Nanay Ising. Si Batik bakit parang may gustong sabihin? They stop, running in the direction of the barking. The camera shakes slightly, creating a sense of loss of control. Along the way, the camera slowly pans over fresh mud stains, with very small, not yet dried footprints. Tatay Andres. Parang may bata. At the edge of the forest, they stand still. A torn, wet-clothed bundle lies in the middle of a flooded field. Batik rolls beside it from within the cloth, as soft cereal than another. Two cries. One fragile. One cold. Between the mud and the earth, two legs no one knows where they came from. Both hug each child. One is white and soft. The other has a big black mark on its cheek, cold and motionless. Nanay Ising with tears in her eyes. Andres, paano kung ito ang sagot sa dasal natin? Tatay Andres, hesitant. O baka ito ang pagsubok? The scene cuts back and forth between their eyes and the two children. The conflict is compounded. The narrator increases the tempo. The law told them to report to the authorities. Their hearts told them to take them home. And fate was smiling. They got home. They cleaned the two children. When Nanay Ising wiped the second child's face with a warm towel, she was startled. Nanay Ising. Andres, hindi ito dumi. Isa itong balat. Isang marka. Tatay Andres, looking closely. Kung ganun siya si Balat. At ang isa si Tisoy. The camera stops at Balat's eyes, unblinking. Looking straight into the camera. From that moment there was no turning back. They had named. And the name was the beginning of fate. Life changes. Scenes of a couple rocking their children to sleep, laughing and talking, filled with warm light. But interspersed with vague details, the wind blowing, the flickering oil lamp, Batik rolling for no apparent reason. Love blinds them. But the house doesn't lie. It remembers every sound, every step, every night. Nanay Ising has strange dreams. She sees herself rocking a child, but when she looks back, her hands are empty. One night, the camera shakes slightly, slows down. Batik barks under the bed. Tisoy is fast asleep. Balat is nowhere to be seen. Tatay Andres, shining a light. Balat? Anak? He bends down. Balat is lying under the bed, eyes wide open, covered in dust and dirt. No child would like to sleep on the cold ground, in the dark and dust unless he is used to living there. Nanay Ising wakes up in the middle of the night. Outside in the yard, Batik is scratching the ground. On the ground, two small footprints appear, going in the opposite direction to the forest. Nanay Ising, whispering, almost unconsciously. Minsan ang mga biyaya may bayad. Balat at Tisoy has entered their lives like a miracle. But sometimes, miracles are just a gate leading to hell. Morning sunlight filters through the wooden window. Nanay Ising prepares the meal. Camera closes in on the two children sitting opposite each other. Tisoy eats everything, happy, bright eyes. Balat eats only cold rice with diluted milk, avoids light, stares at the wall. They are twins. But everything is different, from their favorite food, the way they sleep, to the way they see the world. Shot of Balat shielding his eyes from the sunlight, hissing slightly. Tisoy runs out into the yard again, playing with batik in the sun. Tatay Andres wakes up in the middle of the night, the wine howls, the oil lamp flickers. He walks out into the yard. Larea, footsteps quickly on the ground. In the distance, a shadow glides across the rice field. Tatay Andres whispering. Sino ka? A second time, a third time, he sees the shadow again, closer, clearer. The figure stands still in the mist. Red eyes flicker. The shadow doesn't go away. It stays. Night after night. Closer. Deeper into the mind. Nanay Ising notices that Balat's clothes are always dirty even when she doesn't go out. She cleans under the bed, sees fingernails scratching the wooden boards. Nanay Ising choking. Andres. I'm not sure I'm raising a child. Tatay Andres trying to stay calm. I'm tired. We'll be fine. Children make a mess. Ising begins to have recurring dreams. She lulls Balat to sleep, but the baby's face transforms into something inhuman. Motherhood is instinct. But instinct has its limits. When instinct starts to get scared, that's when the truth is getting closer. A rainy night. Batik barks loudly. Chickens squawk. Tatay Andres jumps up, takes the oil lamp, and runs to the cook. The camera shakes violently, pans quickly, a scene of dead chickens lying scattered, their necks bitten off in the middle, silhouette crouched down, scratching, chicken. Tatay Andres loudly. Sino ka? Diyos ko. The light clearly shows Balat's face covered in dirt, mouth covered in blood, hands still holding the cold chicken carcass. Nanay Ising runs up, shouting. Hindi ito totoo. Anak ko yan. The narrator's voice is urgent. In that moment, love and truth collide. And in Balat's eyes there is nothing. No regret. No emotion. Just an empty look. The two hug each other in the kitchen, trembling. Ising cries. Andres is silent. Nanay Ising crying and speaking. Just want to be a mother. Andres, but if our child is not human, then what am I? Tatay Andres. We don't know for sure. We have to protect both of them at least until we know. The narrator's voice is slow, soft, but sharp. Love keeps them back. Fear keeps them silent. But the silence won't last long. Night falls. The wind picks up again. Balat opens his eyes in the darkness. He crawls quietly under the bed. The camera pans to the ground where the red eyes flicker, not far away this time, but right below, close to the floorboards. Not everything that grows in your home belongs to your family. It is dusk. Tatay Andres, Nanay Ising, Balat and Tisoy are eating in the old cottage. The atmosphere is heavy. Suddenly there is a knock on the door. Very light but long and steady, like the beating of someone's dying heart. Nanay Ising shuddering. Andres, is there someone? Tatay opens the door. A woman stands in the mist, long hair, a tattered black cloak, her hand clutching the handle of a cane. Helen, voice as light as the wind. I have come to reclaim what is mine. Her name is Helen. She used to live deep in the forest, far from the village. People called her witch. Others whispered she was not human. In the dim kitchen, Helen tells the story. Flashbacks are interspersed with slow black and white images, haunting music. Helen, in a monotone voice. I don't want to be a mother, but I love a man who is different from anyone else. Every night, he turns into a demon. Every morning, he hugs me like a normal person. Shot of a man with red eyes, fangs exposed, hugging Helen from behind. In her arms are two newborn babies. Balak carries his father's blood, and Tisoy carries the only human part of me left. The house is silent. Tatay Andres holds Nanay Ising's hand tightly. Balat and Tisoy stand behind. Helen. I don't need either of them. Tisoy doesn't belong to me. But Balat. Balat is the dark part I once rejected. Now I have to bring him back. Nanay Ising, tears in her eyes. You can't separate them. They are brothers, not children. Maternal love is against blood. The foster mother doesn't want to let go. The real mother just wants to get back the shadow she left behind in the forest. The batik dog barks loudly. The shadow of a man appears at the door. He holds a cloth bag, his eyes are cold. At first, Nanay Ising thinks he has come to take the two children. Manuel. I didn't come to harm but to save. Manuel tells that he was the one Balat's father saved from an evil spirit and vowed to protect this bloodline from Helen herself, who was controlled ill at the darkness. The narrator's voice drops, tense as a string. Darkness has many forms. Sometimes it is a demon. Sometimes it is a mother. Helen suddenly transforms, eyes bloodshot, fingernails long as hooks. Her hand grabs Balat. Batik barks, Manuel pulls out a wooden knife. Helen screaming. Don't you dare take my son. He was born to be more than human. Lights flash. Slow motion, Tatay Andres rushes forward, but is thrown away. Nanay Ising blocks Tisoy. The confrontation is no longer between man and demon. It is between past and present. Between the instinct to protect and the terrible truth. Helen picks up Balat, about to rush out the door. But Batik rushes forward, bites her hand hard. She screams loudly, falls onto the old wooden balcony. Camera pans, the scream is muffled in the night air. When those born from darkness return to take back the light, there will always be someone standing between them, with blood and sacrifice. After the terrible fall, the night is quiet again. Helen lies motionless on the spiked wooden fence. Balat, who fell with her, lies beside her. Neither moves. Lerera, the wind blows hard, Batik groans. Tisoy hugs Nanay Ising tightly, not daring to blink. The darkness has reclaimed what belongs to it, but in return it comes at an unexpected price. Tatay Andres runs down. In the flickering light of the oil lamp, Balat opens his eyes one last time, looking at Tisoy. There is no hatter. Only emptiness. Nanay Ising sobbing. Anak, kahit hindi ka galing sa tiyan ko, ikaw pa rin ang anak ko. Manuel stands silently before Helen's body. He covers her face with a black cloth. At that moment, the moonlight shines down, Helen's face returns to that of a normal woman. Beautiful, but strange. Part human, part something else. Manuel. She was not a complete demon. She was once human. But there are people who are born to carry a curse. The man Helen loved was not a demon, but a Tagapangalaga, the guardian of the boundary between humans and darkness. It was Helen who betrayed the oath and gave birth to Balat, a child who belonged to neither world. The next morning, Tatay Andres and Manuel dig a small hole behind the house. Balat is wrapped in an old blanket used to lull newborn baby. There is no crying, only the sound of a shovel scraping the cold ground. Nanay Ising whispering, "Sana kung may kabilang buhay maging bata ka pa rin. Maging masaya." Tisoy Darwin watches from afar. The boy holds Batik's hand tightly. Slow voice. They did not reject Balat. They did not curse. They chose to love even when loving meant being hurt. Ye last night, ye voice and mirror. That night, the house is empty. Manuel prepares to leave. Before leaving, he whispers to Tatay Andres, "Manuel, Tisoy won't remember anything. But sometimes memories find their way back through dreams. Through looks." Camera shows Tisoy looking in the mirror, seeing his reflection and another shadow standing nearby. It's unclear who it is. Scene changes to the present. Darwin, now an adult, stands in the middle of the old field, holding an old notebook. Darwin, "I used to think it was a child picked up in the fields. But the truth is, I am the choice. Half-born of darkness, half-born of love." Darwin bows before Balat's small grave, places a wildflower on the grave. The wind blows his shirt. Batik's eyes, or similar dogs, peek out from behind the tree. There are children born to live. There are children born to remind humans that darkness is always closer than we think.